Myth number one: Halloween is an ancient pagan holiday. No, it is not. Halloween, as we know it, is less than a century old and only became super popular in the last 40, 50 years, as Jeremiah referenced. There was an old Celtic harvest festival called Samhain. It's pronounced, or it's written as Samhain, but pronounced Samhain because, the Celts. But we know almost nothing about it for certain. And most quote unquote facts about it were Victorian era speculations. So that whole line of thought that Halloween originated as a pagan or satanic anything is almost total myth. And we'll get into this more. We'll get into some of what Halloween originally actually was when we talk about Hallowtide. But another myth I thought was worth drawing attention to was that the spooky aesthetic means that Halloween, as we know it, celebrates evil. As you said, Sarah, autumn already naturally reminds us of death, and fear and the macabre aren't inherently evil. They're part of the human story, and they're part of how we have to wrestle with the world. But just like with horror stories as a concept, spooky things as a concept, I do think there's a place for them in a Christian imagination, because we do need stories and images that wrestle with those aspects of reality. You need a dragon in order to appreciate the knight's victory. Shane Morris did a good extended treatment of this idea a few years ago that we can link in the show notes. And he pointed out that the ghoulish aesthetic, all the skeletons and stuff, actually originally began as folk mockery of Satan and his defeated kingdom. So this is something that's like, this is nowhere in the evangelical imagination that I experienced growing up, but I think is actually something we need to recapture. There is a place in the Christian imagination for mocking death, for mocking Satan, for mocking the impotence of evil as a way of saying, no, it's not giving in to fear. It's laughing at fear on some level.
Yeah, I mean, the famous line, death, where is your victory? Death, where is your sting? It really is like you can kind of read it seriously, but it's also kind of a burn, it's like a sick burn. You got nothing, buddy. And yeah, I think that's very much part of the Christian expression.